What's going on, guys? It's your boy YOINFAMOUS coming back again with another YouTube video today. We're reacting to Poetic Flacco. This Breakfast Club interview just ruined Kevin Hart's life, exposed badly. So I'm interested in what they got to say here because I think this is post roast. This is post roast. This was uploaded 14 hours ago. The date is 5/27/26. So we're gonna go ahead and see what's going on with Kevin Hart, man. Go ahead and like, sub, all that good shit, man. And let's hop into it.
And reignited the hate
Hello?
mob. Kevin Hart just pissed off black people again and reignited the hate mob against them. Now, his response, I personally don't have a problem with. I just don't think it was smart at all to do. He came on specifically to respond back to the recent backlash he was getting because George Floyd family has made it pretty clear they not rocking with Kevin at all. And they made it clear during an interview with Lauren LaRosa.
It was just a lame joke. Like, it just wasn't funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just wasn't funny. The situation wasn't, none of it was funny. He just went up there and was a dickhead. Like, they were all just dickheads. But that joke specifically was just not funny. And he fucking stuttered trying to, like, say it, bro. Like,
when they brought up the Kevin Hart roast and they brought up how Tony Hinchcliffe,
like, what does George Floyd have to do with Kevin Hart? We're roasting Kevin Hart.
During this roast, as well as other roasts, disrespected George Floyd, made fun of George Floyd, made George Floyd a subject of discussion when, you know, George Floyd was not in the room, and a roast is supposed to be a roast of the people in the room. Now, he made this clear while talking to Lauren LaRosa, and George Floyd family also did an interview with TMZ.
Thank you for joining me. I feel like we always have to have conversations around these things, so you know, I apologize for that, but yeah, I think, you know, sometimes the conversations are needed for people to hear from you guys as George Floyd's family firsthand. So I know you had saw some of the comments that we had made at the Breakfast Club in response to Tony Hinchcliffe and the George Floyd joke that was you know, said at the Kevin Hart roast.
You've done good though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you right now. George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe.
And you wanted to kind of talk a bit about that. So just let me know, number one, did you watch the roast just as a Kevin Hart fan, or like did you hear about it afterward?
I heard about it afterwards, and I understand a roast. Let me just clarify that. I understand a roast, and well, from what I understand about a roast is about what you know, what you joke about that person.
Exactly.
Specifically. So the reason why I felt kind of uneasy is because I was trying to figure out what did that have to do. What kind of punchline was that?
Y'all heard me co-sign those sentiments when I made my video on the joke. I just thought, like, how many more opportunities do black folks have to give Tony Hinchcliffe to disrespect us? George Floyd was not in the room. It was a roast of people in the room. He brought up George Floyd because he knew what he was doing. He has brought up George Floyd in every other roast he has done. And that's something the family has also touched on.
Seriously? This nigga got nothing else to talk about? Damn. I mean, he's not funny, so, like, do what you...
This man keeps on bringing up George Floyd to disrespect him. He has this weird obsession with George Floyd, and quite frankly, I think the weird obsession comes because he understands that it's going to piss off black people, and that's his aim when he does these things. He wants to piss off black people. You know, he can't thrive without us. He wants our reaction.
And then, shout out Puerto Rico, bro. I'm Puerto Rican. If you couldn't tell, I'm Puerto Rican, black, Mexican. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this shit... When he said that about Puerto Rico, I didn't know who he was. I just heard that, you know what I'm saying, this dickhead said Puerto Rico was like a island of garbage in the ocean or some shit. Y'all know Puerto Rico is like it's an American, like, it's U.S. territory, bro. I don't know why the fuck he's acting like Puerto Rico is some fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. This nigga's retarded.
Action. And yeah, you know, this time it worked brilliantly. All right, we are calling it out because, you know, at what point is enough is enough? So the brother does speak on that. He does touch on how Tony Hinchcliffe made a George Floyd joke during the Tom Brady roast.
You know, And you know, and I'm gonna speak from my point of view is
Please do.
comedy. A roast is a roast is without that one person. Comedy is to make people, you know, laugh and enjoy themselves. It's not supposed to be where you feel some type of way after you leave the room. You're supposed to leave with healing and happiness. You
Exactly.
know, and
I
that
am
wasn't the
agreeing.
case.
No.
Um, and I'm speaking from my point of view about my brother and from my family, but I'm even gonna go as far as the other topics with Bill Cosby. Those are other people's issues, and you don't know what kind of trauma and tragedy that family was going through. So stick to just who you supposed to be roasting.
Or even the victims of Bill Cosby. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I hadn't even fucking like the Bill Cosby one was corny too, but like ugh, his whole the whole thing wasn't funny. Tom Brady, I feel like he wasn't really that funny either, but like he was the highlight of it, I think, right? Like, I mean, Jesus Christ.
That's just my feeling on it.
And you know, in us covering this, I started to kind of like research because when I first saw the statement, there was a line about the rep who spoke out for Gianna and the George Floyd organization that says something about you guys as the family mentioning his obsession with your brother with George Floyd. So it made me, you know, in the room, Just Hilarious asked like, well, was this the first time that he mentioned something? And I went back and I realized that he had gotten some pushback back in 2024 when he joked about George Floyd or made a reference to George Floyd during the Tom Brady roast.
Look like the final boss in George Floyd, the video game.
With it being the second time, do you feel like it's even more of a disrespect?
I would ask for the context, but the punchline wasn't even good. Like, was that the whole thing? Was he calling Tom Brady the?
Or like, does that kind of compile onto things for you?
I would say it's totally disrespectful. It's totally disrespectful, but
I think the brother did a great job at articulating what the general consensus is and critique.
He's doing great.
The
He's doing
roast
great.
And Tony Hinchcliffe bringing up George Floyd during the roast. Now, Kevin Hart came on a Breakfast Club, and I'll be real, Kevin Hart didn't handle this great at all, not one bit. Now, you kind of understand his response and understand his frustration of, hey, I didn't make the joke. Why y'all mad at me?
Yeah, the George Floyd joke, it wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, to our audience, but our audience that's watching the roast, if you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it. You get why the racial humor is on the table. Like, it's not, I wasn't shocked. Like, that's what they do. Go look at the Tom Brady one. Like, that's what they do. It happens every year when they do a roast. It's not new. This isn't it's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy.
Do you feel like Tony Hinchcliffe went to?
Okay, so yeah, race jokes can be funny. However, it wasn't even like a race. Like, yes, it was about a black man, but it was a black man who died to police brutality. This is something that black people have been struggling, like, you know what I'm saying, fighting, like, you know what I'm saying, dealing with for like ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, dude. And he's just shirking the responsibility because I heard. Now, I'm not sure, but when it comes to roasts like these, the roastee, he can choose which jokes go in and which jokes stay out. This was a joke he decided should stay in. So, at the end of the day, Kev, I don't know, man. I don't know.
When he made that joke about George Floyd?
Kevin Hart had direct input in selecting the roast lineup and personally chose his friend and fellow comedian Shane Gillis to host the event. Okay, the host, lineup, joke approval. Because it was a major Netflix special, jokes are heavily scripted and run through a teleprompter. Kevin Hart and his production team and writers had visibility on the material beforehand, allowing him to cut or alter specific jokes. So he knew that George Floyd joke was in there. And he said, fuck it, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, bro. And let's be real. Kevin Hart has like one good comedy special, maybe two. You know what I'm saying? From like when he was hungry. But like now he just doing like, you know what I'm saying, ride-alongs and shit, bro. It's not like
it's Tony Hinchcliffe. Not new. This isn't a new. It's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy.
Do you feel like Tony Hinchcliffe went too far when he made that joke about George Floyd?
I choose your words very carefully here, bro. The next word that should come out of his mouth is yes. But I'm pretty sure because he's a comedian and because all comedians have to fly under this umbrella. I'm gonna mix analogies. They have to fly under this umbrella of fucking, you know what I'm saying, everything's on the table. You know what I'm saying? Everything's funny. Comedy is subjective. But like, bro, there's some shit, bro. Like even is her name Cheryl? No. Yes. Even joking about Cheryl Underwood's dead husband who killed himself, that could be considered too far to a lot of people. You would not want somebody joking about your husband, your best friend, your brother, sister, somebody who just killed themselves, and then low-key blame you in that as well. You know what I'm saying? In the joke. So I don't know. I didn't find anything super fun. I think I snorted one time, like before I fucking fell asleep. Because there was nothing in that roast for me, bro. So
it's Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Like I don't expect less. I don't expect more.
So why did you have him on the?
I feel like you're saying going too far is the point. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yes, I mean that's why you're there. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to because we're being honest. People are talking about that joke. Talk about his set. Tony Hinchcliffe arguably had the best set.
People did not like this at all. Now, if he honestly feels this way, it's his right to say it. Me personally, I did not think that Tony Hinchcliffe had the best set at all.
Hell no.
I think that Chelsea Handler, his op, had a better set than him. I think Lizzo, now hers was underrated. Now again, I wouldn't go as far as say she was
think I
better
saw
than Tony
Lizzo's.
Hinchcliffe, but you know, hers was underrated. The black guy who roasted Kevin Hart, I don't know his name. He to me had a better set than Tony Hinchcliffe. But
and then I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna play the video in a second, but I did feel some kind of way when they kept booing Draymond Green every time he got mentioned or some shit. Like, what was that about? Like, you all are not fucking basketball fans, bro. Half of y'all probably don't even know what team that nigga's on right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, what? I don't know.
Kevin Hart obviously has no problem with what Tony Hinchcliffe did. We now know, by the way, that like Kevin Hart and the producers actually got a chance to hear all the jokes beforehand. So Kevin Hart got a chance to hear the Tony Hinchcliffe George Floyd joke, and he approved it, right? He had no problem with it being in there. Now, if Kevin Hart would have came and said Ben, it's cool, but he flip-flopped too much for me during his hear the Tony Hinchcliffe George Floyd joke, and he approved it, right? He had no problem with it being in there. Now, if Kevin Hart would have came and stood on Ben, it's cool, but he flip-flopped too much for me during his interview. Started off with, man, Tony Hinchcliffe had the best set is comedy, get over it, to why y'all blaming me? I don't like it either. I think it's BS. I think it's it. Huh?
Wait, he does that?
He even said, yo, he called like Steven Jackson, you know, which is like George Floyd homie and really close to George Floyd family, right after the set before it even went public, to apologize to Steven Jackson. Say, hey, bro, man, listen, man, you know, it was a roast. It got out of hand, bro. I couldn't do nothing. So if you didn't feel this was a problem, then why did you call Steven Jackson immediately afterwards, right? And the most annoying part of it all is Kevin Hart acting like he had no power whatsoever, that he was powerless, and he couldn't have done anything to ramify this situation.
Would I tell those jokes? No. But do I get why they're being told? Yes. Like, I'm not looking at
Explain
crazy.
that.
I'm not looking at Tony crazy. Like, that's what... I know what you're going to do. I know your style of comedy.
Did you see the interview that I did with Terrence Floyd, George Floyd's brother?
No.
So he said...
No shot to you.
No. They expected you to kind of be the person that would, like, stop it right in the moment or just not allow for certain things to happen.
And he also said he wanted you to come harder. He said if they're going to joke, why don't they come harder with your own jokes?
All right.
Racist jokes, I guess.
This is actually a good thing to give a rebuttal to.
See,
they talked about my dead mom and my dead dad. Said that they were running a train on my mom. It was hilarious, right?
See, It's not funny when it's your dead mom and dad, though. I'm gonna let him keep going.
That was
Crazy.
crazy.
Listen,
That was Regina
great,
killed that.
right?
Yes,
Oh
that
wait,
was
that's
great,
right. You
great.
probably should say killed that.
The jokes about Kevin was on a slave ship in a bottle with like the ship in the bottle. Like, I'm going to appreciate humor. I don't get affected by the attempt of humor. I get it, right? In this case, like, do more. It's my production. We're live. The more is what? Like, what is it that you expect me? You want me to take a live production and stand up and fight Tony or have a reaction? Like, Tony told a joke. It wasn't a tasteful joke.
Hey man, Will Smith smacked the fuck out of Chris Rock for joking his wife, bro. So I know you're not married to George Floyd, but he was like present during like a George Floyd memorial. He was like low key close-ish with the family. Like he was like he was doing something with their family, and that's why George Floyd's family was so disappointed in Kevin Hart because of that, because he showed them so much support when it happened. So
we didn't like it. Okay, hey man, that joke. We move on. I don't understand why we stand on a hill and it becomes like this big thing of
he's so deep in this white space that I think he might have forgotten he's black. You know what I'm saying? Like, that joke could have been told about you, me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, bro, I don't know. Sometimes celebrities will get like super high up, and then you know what I'm saying, they just completely forget, like, oh, I'm with these people, so I am these people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, but like I don't know, man. I don't know about that. And he sounds like he's trying to be a victim here too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they were roasting me, guys. Like, bro.
like, oh man, they do this and they're attacking the culture. It doesn't have to be that. It literally is either you're a fan of this level of content or you're not. And if you're not a fan, then you don't watch it. So
Kevin Hart was not helpless, right? Even if Kevin Hart is saying, we're going to stand up and stop it. Okay, cool, right? That's too much, right? You had a mic. You had your time to come on afterwards. You had the last words on the show. You couldn't use your voice as a comedian to counter the hate. You couldn't go at Tony Hinchcliffe on the mic. If these people are getting every opportunity to verbally abuse us,
would have been fun
and be nasty towards us.
I can't even say like him going like this would have been like acceptable, because he accepted the joke. He said check next to that joke, bro. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking crazy.
And put hate towards our way, then why can't one of us take that mic and go at him, and go at Tony Hinchcliffe, and go at Shane Gillis, and speak up for us? Cheryl Underwood attempted to do so, but she's a woman at the end of the day, man, right? Like, as a comedian, she probably ain't on the level of a Kevin Hart. So if we look at you as one of us, yo, why you ain't hit
Sexism
that mic
detected
and go to war for us? It don't gotta be hostile, or no, you could have just went at him how he went at us. We didn't see you do it at all. Now, when Kevin Hart gives this new standard for how we should operate in life, right? If you don't like it, don't watch it and ignore it. Imagine if we had that standard for everything in life. You know, Chud the Builder?
Chud yeah, just ignore
going around calling random black people the N-word and victimizing them in person. If the standard was, why critique something you don't like? Just don't watch it. So black folks should have been quiet, not watch the content, and have Chud and his racist fans and his audience like denigrate black people, attack black people, victimize black people, and get wealthy off of victimizing black people. And black people
that's what I noticed, bro. It's like with everybody else, like, no offense to anybody I'm about to like name, but when you make fun of LGBTQ or Asian or, you know what I'm saying, Jewish people, it's like, you know what I'm saying, these they're just, you know what I'm saying, you can't joke about that. You know what I'm saying? You can't make jokes about that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to black people, we're just supposed to get over it or ignore it. Like I don't know that is a very interesting standard. I'm not sure if it's a double standard because there's so many things that you just can't joke about, or even religion. To some people, religion is a huge thing. To like, you know what I'm saying, like Muslims, I believe, or is that, I think, is that, yeah, Muslims or Islamic, I don't know. But point being, there's shit you just don't joke about because it's off limits. I'm not saying you can't joke about black people. I'm saying if you're going to joke about it, make it funny and make it, you know what I'm saying? Just make it funny. It doesn't have to be super you're black. Like that was the entire set. If you haven't seen it, the entire thing was just you're black. Show what black as fuck. Like that was literally it. Like that was completely the entire thing. You're so black jokes. You know what I'm saying? And then we're supposed to just get over it, move on, move past slavery, all that bullshit, bro. It's just like, bro. It's just, bro.
They've kept quiet, not critique it, and just go about our business because he's not victimizing us because we don't live in Clarksville. Imagine if that standard was applied to everything else. Just imagine, right? Just imagine if people who victimize kids and children now know in their heart, well, I could victimize children on the internet, and people who don't like children don't watch my content anyways, and they can't critique me because that's the new rule. You can't critique things you don't agree with. Like, clearly that's not the standard at all. And Kevin Hart is essentially asking us, hey, man, these white folks pay me to put on this roast, bro. Why y'all making it hot, bro? Why y'all coming online and being vocal about how much y'all hate it, bro? Chill, man. Chill. That's what he's asking us to do. Now, some people might think that he's spitting. I think he's full of ish. I think Kevin Hart could have delivered this message a little better.
My last note for all attached to this is very simple, okay? Whatever the headlines or whatever the dialogue is, my rebuttal is simplicity. Remove me from it. I didn't say it. If you are upset that the night went on, that's a different conversation. It's nothing I can do. It's a production. It's a live production. I'm not compromising the live production for a reaction of what? What do you want me to do? I'm going to drag him off? You want me to fight afterwards? You want me to turn it into... what? That's not what I agreed to do. That's not the job at hand. The job at hand was to produce a successful roast, which I did. I also got the rebuttal. I also got to say at the end. What are we dealing with here? I'll say it again. Stop talking as if I said it. So when you say the family and the family...
See, the problem is, Kevin, you didn't say it, but you approved it. So you co-signed it. I know this computes in your brain, bro. You cannot be at the point you are putting yourself in the... I mean, they're not great rooms. You know what I'm saying? What was that? Like Jumanji 4 or some shit? But like... No, it was Jumanji 2, and then I think they made a sequel 3. Either way, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? He's not going in great, but you can't put yourself in all these rooms and be dumb. I'm sorry, bro.
I didn't disrespect the family. Showed up for the family when it happened. Made
Which
sure
is
the family felt supported. Made sure that all things there were actually cool. Behind the scenes, just as an example, you know the one person that I talked to, and I'm not even going to tell you the conversation, Stephen Jackson.
Oh, I know he caught that.
That's because that's my nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, Stack, let me just call you, man, so I can explain to you like the world of the roast, X, Y, and Z. We talked. I get it, Kev. We had a great conversation. But that's what I mean when I say, hey, man, let me call the one person after. And that's before whatever you're talking about. That's immediate. Stack, hey, Tony threw one out there. It's this and this, but you do know that that's what this is a roast, but I just want you to know from my side, that man is on his own.
You ain't lead with that, Kev. You should have been leading with that the whole time.
I don't need to.
People just want to know you can.
I don't need to prove to people that I give a No, I don't.
Just this time. This one time.
No.
Yeah, this one.
No. If you open that door, then that's the door that people expect all the time. Why the do I need to do that?
I think it's because of how much the George Floyd situation affected so many people. I think I get what you're saying and how you stand on your business, and I respect you for that.
I'm not standing on my business.
Another backtrack. You see, the backtracking makes me so annoyed. Nah, bro, I don't gotta do that. I'm not doing that ever. No, I'm not stating on business. No, I didn't say state on business. All right, man. But y'all let me know. People is really upset at Kevin Hart. They're on social media in droves, calling him all type of names, calling him all type of sellouts. Y'all let me know.
Now I'm not gonna call him out his name or anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call him a bitch or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I will say, Kevin, I believe you lost the plot. You lost the plot a little bit here, pal. And it wasn't a funny joke. It wasn't a good joke. The whole roast was boring as fuck. And I don't know. I haven't heard any positive feedback about this, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments how y'all feeling about the Kevin Hart roast, bro. Me personally, I didn't find anything really funny. I mean, it was the bottle joke was kind of funny, I guess, but like I think that was the one I snorted at actually. But like, you know what I'm saying? That was just like a roast for Kevin because he's short. That was the joke. You're short, you know what I'm saying? And you're black. Which was also, you know what I'm saying, the running gag for that entire thing. But let me know in the comments if you guys made it this far. Go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and leave a sub. If you guys are enjoying the videos, you know what I'm saying? Just let me know in the comments, man. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.